Let me go ahead and call you, man. This man should have been here, man. He tripping, bro. I don't know what's going on with him.
Bro, you don't believe this, bro. I'm at the airport, bro.
Yo, bro, where you at, bro? You know I got this interview with Harrison from Cosmoland Studios, bro. You tripping, bro? Where you at?
Hey, man, I'm at the airport, man. I called for the pilot holler, bro. I've been dealing with him for a minute, bro. I finally called to him, bro. And I got to handle business about him.
Bro, you already know how the Wi-Fi is in Nigeria, bro. I don't know what's taking you so long to get here, bro. Like, I don't know about no pilot holler or nothing like that, bro. Like, you wildin', bro.
I know he's overseas and whenever, bro. I first been there, I guess, and whatnot. But, hey, you knew what was going on, bro. If you picked up issue 4, Legacy Review, bro, that'll tell you everything. But, hey, man, you got to handle this business, bro. Hey, you got to do inventory, bro. You got to.
Hey, bro, check this out, man. I already know how you feel about them hollers and whatever, bro. So go ahead and handle that pilot holler and the Highlands or whatever, bro. I'll handle this interview because this is our first international guest, and you tripping, bro. But hey, like I hold it down like I do always, bro. Ain't no business.
Hey, bro, appreciate that, man.
Yeah. Bro, I got you, bro. Yeah. All right, what's up, y'all, man? Welcome back to the hood, and you know it's Chill in the Green Box with Specs Thompson, and you know the View. And once again, he's not here. I got a interviewer from overseas with us, but the View couldn't make it. You know, he actually had to go to the airport to handle some business. Ain't that crazy? On the interview, he had to go to the airport. You know, just he just every time, man. But thanks Harrison for coming. Yeah, thanks for coming to be on an interview with me, man.
Yes, sir.
Introduce yourself to the people. You know, let them know who you are.
Okay, my name is Harrison. My name is Harrison Fine. My real name is Harrison Ikenna, but I'm popularly known as Harrison Fine. I'm a comic book artist. I've been in the comic book business for over 6 years. This will be my 7th year now in the comic book business. So I do comic book for a living, and that's what I do for a living. And I actually enjoy making comic book. It's just something that has been with me since when I was a kid. And I really, really enjoy bringing ideas to life. So that's what I do.
That's dope, man. That's real dope. Well, on this show, I do a series of icebreaker questions. You know, some people get familiar with you. You know, they know more about you as a person versus just you just talking about your comic, and everybody's like, "Well, that's cool, but what about him?" So my show is for people to know about you and what you do. I don't know over there in Nigeria, y'all have green boxes, but over here, a green box is how can I say? It's an electrical box. They normally sit like in front of the houses in like in neighborhoods, and the kids or grown people too. We just sit on it and talk and chit chat. So that's basically what we're doing. We sit on that same box, chit chat and talking.
Okay, that's wonderful.
All right. So my first segment is called breaking it down, right? Most times you sit down with your friends, you break stuff down, you get a better feel for that. So right now I'm gonna break your brain down so people get a better feel of who you are.
Okay.
All right. First question. What is a slogan that describes you and your values?
Slogan that describes me and my values.
Yeah.
I don't really have a slogan that describes me and my value. What I would say is, I have a slogan for my company when it comes to that, and that is connecting my studio to the rest of the world. Like my studio is called Cosmic Land Studios.
Mm-hmm.
And Cosmic Land Studios means, connecting to the cosmic. So it's just like a land connected to the cosmic land, to the rest of the universe. That's what I do. That's mine. Okay. So I'm connected to the rest of the universe.
It makes sense to me, man. Hey. All right. My next question. What is one weird thing that you have for nostalgia reasons?
Well, come again, please. Come again.
All right. So what item do you keep for like sentimental value, or like something that like something classic to you? Like in my case, I have the old comic book from like back in the day that I used to read. Yeah. Or your case, it could be like a action figure that you always wanted, is you finally bought when that you was grown, like something like that.
Well, to be honest with you, in my case, comic books, comic books,
Comic books.
comic
Okay.
books and animation. I spend more time watching, cartoons more than
Mm-hmm.
I spend watching movies. So
All
I
right.
spend more time watching cartoons and reading comics than movies. And so yeah, so in my case, it's just comic books, and I really really enjoy that. And I'm more creative, bringing ideas to life and that kind of stuff. So yeah, in my case, it's just comic books. Comic
Okay.
books.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
So how many comic books do you have in your collection?
Well. Gone are the days that we actually get more physical version. Gone are the days we have all those physical versions. We
Mm-hmm.
now do with more digital versions. Now
Okay.
we do with more digital versions now. So gone are the days we have more physical versions. But
Me
yeah, I
too.
do have some physical versions of comic book, Marvel, DC,
Okay.
but that's old. That I've disposed of it because I was still
Oh,
young
you
and
disposed it.
everything
See,
got
see,
torn off.
see. You could have kept that for nostalgia. See, that would have been one of your items.
Yeah,
I bet it's really hard to find them over there too, right?
very hard. We have to actually import them, or we have to place order to get them. It's really hard. The comic book industry in Nigeria now is still an infant industry. It's
Oh,
still
okay.
growing. You can't compare it to that of United States, UK. It's still growing. It's still a baby industry. So it still need more care and more time. So maybe in the space of 10 to 20, no, maybe 10 years, everything will have get to a certain level where everything will actually make sense. So for
Okay.
now, it's just still wrong.
Okay. Cool. Cool. All right. My last question of this segment. Uh, one is
Okay.
productivity tool that you couldn't live without, and without it, you couldn't do it. Like you couldn't like replace it. Like you need it to do your work.
Well, when it comes to that, it's comics and
You need it.
yeah. I can't do anything without making comics. I just love I love making comics. I can spend thousands of hours without going anywhere, just making comics. I don't even go out. I spend more
Ah,
time making comics for myself, for my clients, mostly for
mhm.
my clients and myself.
Okay.
That's what I do. I spend more time creating. Yeah, the only things I do maybe in my life cycles when it comes to maybe what I do, maybe in a day. After hitting the gym, take a shower, I come here, draw comics. Hitting the gym, take a shower, come here, drawing comics, and maybe buying food to eat, buying food stuff. I just love creativity, just
That's
creating comics and investing more on myself because this the comic book industry, it's a business to me. Yes, it's a fun thing, but at the end of the day, it's still a business because I'm here to have fun, like a 4-year-old child. But
yeah.
at the same time, I'm here for a serious business because this is my sole bread and butter. This is where I get paid. This is where I feed my family, feed myself, and also invest more in myself. So yeah, I'm also more into freelancing and the comic book business. So that's what I spend thousands of hours doing. More of creativity.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, that's the end of that segment. Hopefully, people see how much you really really love comics and make comics. But
Yeah. Thank you so much.
no problem.
Thank you.
My next segment, you since you love comics so much, it's a term you be more familiar with. It's called
Okay.
the back issues. When you want to
Okay.
know more about a character, you go into their back issues. They go into their origin
Okay.
stories. So if you want to know
Okay.
more about Batman, you go to his origin stories.
Okay.
So with you, I mean his back issues to get to know his origin story. So with you, I think on your back issues, some people know about your origin story.
Oh, okay. Okay.
All right.
Well, okay. How will I put this thing this way?
Wait, I got to ask questions. Okay.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
So, typically, I'll ask where you from and what's your hood. The hood is like your neighborhood in America. So
Yeah, I know. I know.
So where are you from and what is your hood over there in Nigeria?
Okay. Okay. I'm from Lagos. I'm from Nigeria. I'm a Nigerian, and I'm from Imo State, a city called Imo State. Is a state in Nigeria. That's my origin. I am an Igbo person. I'm from the Igbo tribe of the eastern Nigeria. So I'm from Imo State, and and I and I'm based in Lagos. But that's where my office, that's where my business actually thrive, in Lagos. So I'm from Imo State and I'm based in Lagos.
So how far is Imo State from Lagos?
It's really, really, really far. I can't really measure it. It's really far. But it will take me to get to my hometown. Although the current technology is low and the current bus vehicle, I will thank God for the current technology we are using right now. It's not that slow, far. But before, when I visit my village once in a while, it takes me a day to get to my.
A whole day?
Yeah, a whole day. But right now, it just takes me a couple of hours, maybe 8-7 hours to get there. So depending on the kind of vehicle you take, or depending on if you want to use flights. So those kind of things.
So besides, it's being the city, what made you leave there to come here on Lagos?
Well, actually, I was born in Lagos.
Okay.
I was born in Lagos, and my parents settled down in Lagos here.
Okay.
So, and I still visit my hometown back in my village. That's once in a while, but this is where I invest. This is where my business is. This is where my connections are. So, there's a slogan that says, "Day where the money day." That's wherever you are seeing your money, stay there, make your money there.
See that could have been your slogan, from earlier.
Okay. Day where the money day. Okay.
See.
That's nice.
All right. All right. Next question. What is your first comic book or comic related TV show that got you intrigued in doing comics?
Whoa, Smallville by Tom Wallen.
Yeah. I used to watch that show. Yeah.
Yeah, it inspires me to create my first comic book when I watched Smallville. I was like, wow. So yeah, technically DC Comics, because Smallville is actually DC Comics. I grew up watching Superman. That's Justice League. There's this one that they showed in the 90s, back in the 90s. This Justice League that there are just 7 characters: Batman, Superman, Wonder Woman, the Flash, and Green Lantern. That's the black guy. That's the Green Lantern. There's this Justice League show. Yeah,
Justice League Unlimited.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
So I grew up watching that, and I grew up watching Project Zeta, Batman Beyond. Those are the things I grew up watching. But what actually triggered me to create my first character was actually Smallville. So when I watched Smallville, I was like, oh, I could do something about this. I begin to create my characters. I begin to bring my ideas to life. And voila, right now, I'm actually bringing all those ideas to life now. And I'm publishing them now, self-publishing.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that Smallville premiered, I don't know, about 15 years ago, maybe longer than that. But how far was it behind for y'all to get it from us?
Well, actually, we actually use the internet to get those stuff. We download it.
Oh, okay.
We actually buy it online. We download it, and there's this CD that we actually buy. Then back in the days, we use this video, DVD, and all that stuff. So I actually buy it season 1, season 2 from the market, and I watch it. That's what I do.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
All right. Next question. Hmm. All right. So, what was your first encounter with music that made you say, "I love this type of music" or this genre of music?
Oh, I like hip hop. I like rap music. Back in the days, I used to rap. I
Okay.
rap, but not that I'm not big on it anymore. I just enjoy making comics than that. But back in the days, I used to rap. Um, I listened to this guy Kanye West. I listened to um, what's this other guy name? I've forgotten his name. Kanye West and some other guy. This I've forgotten his name. I'm trying to get his name, but okay, let me just leave him for now. So
Okay.
J. Cole, yeah, J. Cole.
J.
I
Cole.
listen to
Okay.
J.
Okay.
Cole and Kanye West. I'm very, very selective when it comes to music. And Jay-Z. I love this kind of maturity. And Sean Price. Those are my kind of music I listen to when it comes to rap music. So
Okay.
actually the current generation of music, I don't really enjoy them because this time they are not it's not that interesting anymore like back in the days, back in maybe the time of Tupac, all those kind of guys. So yeah,
Mm-hmm.
I'm very, very selective and picky when it comes to my music this time.
All right. I see you name a lot of American artists. So I guess hip hop. Well, we see hip hop over there, what y'all doing, but I think
Okay.
it's over here. It looks like the big thing is the Afro beats. Is that
Yeah, 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 yeah.
is that real big over there, or it's just real big over there to us? It's not really big over there to y'all.
No, 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 no. Afrobeat. I think the origin of Afrobeat is actually from here because that is what everybody are playing right now.
Mm-hmm.
Afrobeat is that's the music we are actually playing right now. Nobody actually really have time for hip hop and all this kind. It's mostly we're big on Afrobeat,
Okay.
and they will hardly sing. There are still few people that sing R&B, but mostly we are big on Afrobeat. We don't actually sing any other music. There are a lot of musicians now that just Afrobeat they play. So that's what I think well, if you ask me, I would say the origination comes from here.
Yeah, I mean, I assume so. Um,
Yeah,
it and I see it translates well because over here we have the reggae music, and it kind of sounds similar to reggae too. So I think it just all blends together. Like the same instruments are used, and like the cadences of the songs. Like it just
yeah.
everything blends well. See, I see how it translates over, and the people of color all of it.
Okay,
But
okay.
my next question is are you familiar with the term blurred?
Blur? No, no, no,
Okay,
no.
okay. All right.
Explain. Maybe
So
I already
so
know it.
so a new term people came up with is called black nerd. So they blended it's just called black nerd. They blended the blurred. So my
Okay.
question is, when did you realize that you was a nerd? Since you do the comment, you see you love comments and you say in the house make comments. I
Yeah,
know when you realize you were different that you really like
that was a
stand
long,
out.
long time ago. That was a long, long time ago. I was still in high school, in
Uh
junior
huh.
high school, when I decided to, work more on my creativity. Actually, I don't. I'm mostly an indoor person. I don't go out. Even during the break time, when everybody go play soccer, play basketball and stuff, I don't spend my time playing outside. I spend my time drawing comic books and working on my characters. So yeah, that's what I do. I spend my time. So yeah, I would say back when I was still 13 or 14, that's when I
Okay.
started creating my characters. Back when I
Okay.
was still 13, 14, is when I started creating my characters from the scratch. I actually have over 400 characters right now that I haven't
Woohoo!
brought to life. I'm just taking it out step by step, little by little.
Okay, that's a lot, man. That's a
Yeah,
lot.
yeah, yeah.
All right. All right. Well, that's the end of that segment. So people, got a good grasp on where you come from and whatnot. And
Okay.
My next segment is a term that another term you may know and may not know. It can mean two different things. It's called
Okay.
hotkeys. So in music, the DJ will press his hotkey to bring in a point in the song during a special time of the party. You know, want to play that part of the song and play, or a typical song during a certain
Come
time.
again,
Like,
come again, come again. The network was actually bad when you were saying something like the DJ something.
all right,
The
so
network was bad. Please come again.
yeah, so so the DJ would hit his hotkey, and it'll play the song that everybody wants to hit in
Okay.
that right moment at time in the party. But in
Okay.
comics, you know this one, the hotkeys are the special
Yeah.
issues that people want. You gotta have that number
Okay.
one. You wanna get that graded, and, and hung up in the frames and stuff. So
Okay.
with this segment, we're gonna point out certain topics and questions that you want people to know about you personally. So they know
Okay.
that these are your hotkeys. Are you ready?
When it comes to that, it's actually
Well, I got questions. See,
uh
I got questions for you, so you don't have to think so hard. I can break it down for
okay.
you. See that? Yeah, yeah.
Okay. Okay. Okay.
All right.
Okay.
So, my first question is, what sparked the surge in the comic book industry in Nigeria?
The what sparked the come again? What
The
sparked
what
the what?
the surge or the inflation or the highlight on comic books, the comic book
Oh,
industry in Nigeria? Yeah, what, like, because
oh,
it just came out of nowhere. All these Nigerian stuff. So what made it happen? Like, what sparked the
well,
popularity?
okay. Let me break it down this way.
Okay.
Um, Back in the days when we were still young, our parents actually don't have time for comic books that way. That way, it is the children that actually watch the comic book, watch cartoons, watch all the Superman, Batman, and so on, and they actually know they watch Superman, Batman, and so on. Now, those children are now becoming adults, and right now they started creating their own. That's the way it started. You know, if we weren't actually watching all those, Superman, Batman, also getting our hands on those comic books, we won't be inspired. So yeah, little by little, we started. With this comic book. What inspired me? One of the comic books that inspired me back in the days when I was still young was Super Striker, and it was actually based on football, a sports comic book based on football. So back in the days, we always get this Super Striker, and then it was free. Actually, it was free. We get the Super Striker, and we get this, and we get all this Marvel comic and DC comic. So we're like, come on, we can make our own too. Then everyone was just bringing up their ideas and thinking of how to publish it. So right now, that's why I was saying that the comic book industry in Nigeria is still growing. It's still a baby industry because the new generation are the one making this comic book, and we're actually teaching the younger generation how to go about the business and how to even create their own comic book. So that's how it works. That's how it works.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. What makes the Nigerian art different from the American art?
Well, we talk more of our mythology. Back in the Western part, they always teach us more of Zeus, more of Poseidon and stuff. So we thought of Africans have our own history too. We have our history, we have our gods. So we are actually teaching you people, you've sold to us Zeus, you sold to us Hera, you sold to us Poseidon. Now let's sell to you Shango, let's sell to you Obatala, let's sell to you Ogun, let's sell to you more of our own mythology because we have our mythology too. So now we are telling you African stories based on African true mythology. So that's what we do now.
Okay.
That's what
Okay.
we do now. Yeah.
I'm doing some things like that in my comic book series.
Oh,
My
cool.
Yeah, my fiance, she's Haitian. So you know they got their
Wow.
own like the
They have their own
Voodoo.
mythology too.
Yeah, so I'm bringing
Cool,
I'm
cool.
bringing that into my books, you know, because my daughters now they have Haitian now, so you know it's part of their blood too. So you know I want to incorporate that, you know, in my books because it's part of my family now, and
Okay.
it's kind of like a spoiler, and I'm gonna say on this interview with you,
Oh,
but
don't give spoiler because we
no,
like to
I
we
can do
like to
spoiler,
check it
no,
out.
I can do
Okay.
spoilers, but in my books, the Egyptian gods and the voodoo gods, you know, are separate. And then like
Okay.
the Roman, the Greek gods, they're like just like weaker, like stupid, like they're just incompetent, you know.
Okay.
So like I have that dynamic in my book, so people can see like, you know, more like you were
Cool.
saying, more of the these gods that we haven't talked about or seen in, you know, in art. And because
Okay.
how many gods of war and things, you know what I'm saying? How many Zeuses, you know what I'm saying? Hercules, you know, you're tired of that, you know?
Yeah. Yeah. It's time for you to know our own. We have our own history.
Yeah.
Every black man has his history. In fact, black has history, and our history is actually deep, really deep. There are many gods. There are many gods that we haven't even talked about based on our own mythology, and we're just bringing it step by step. We are selling it step by step because Africans still have our own mythology. Now, the Igbo tribe, our god of thunder, you know, the god of thunder in the Western mythology is actually Zeus. Yeah, if I'm not mistaken, Zeus. But Africa, there are actually two gods of thunder and different tribes. There is Amadioha, the Igbo god of thunder. There is Shango, the Yoruba god of thunder. There's actually god of iron and god of politics and god of battle. That is Ogun. So there are many more we're actually bringing to life. I'm actually working on one of my comic book, which I'm going to talk more of these gods and their origin. But that will be maybe next year I'll start the comic book.
Okay, that's cool. That's cool.
Yeah.
How is Nigerian creators getting their projects out to the Western world or out to everybody in general? You know.
Well, actually, like I said, this is an infant company, and we still need support. We still need some support from people outside. But the way nobody actually really has a unique way to sell the books yet. But the way we sell the book here is just put it for sale on our website where people come to buy the digital versions. And if they place an order on our website, well, they get it. And one thing that I'm actually more, trying to talk about, and what I'm still trying to wonder why is this crowdfunding things. It don't work in Nigeria yet. It doesn't work in Africa yet. Like something like Kickstarter and all that stuff. It doesn't work in Nigeria. And if it could work in Nigeria, man, we would sell more to the Western world and we would sell more to people over there.
What's stopping it from working over there?
I don't know. I actually, the last time I checked on Kickstarter, they says for some odd reason it can't. They don't work in Nigeria. Yeah. They don't work in Africa as a whole. So actually, I'm just trying to discuss and unite with my brothers. Maybe we can come up with something. But like I said,
okay. So you said Kickstarter. So is Indiegogo the same way? It won't let y'all do that Indiegogo?
All this crowdfunding stuff doesn't work in Nigeria.
All right. So
the only way
I supported a creator. I can't think of what book it was. I can't remember, but I believe he was Nigerian. He might have been from Ethiopia. I can't remember, but he was African. But he crowdfunded his book through the UK. So like when he said I knew that he was African, but I was like, why does it say United Kingdom instead? So I said maybe he lives in United Kingdom, but what you just told me, maybe he had some kind of resources.
He has a link. Yeah. There is a link. there is connect. You can't crowdfund your book in Africa without connection to the US or somewhere outside this continent. You can't crowdfund your book. You have to have a link. And most of Nigerians, I would say, the only way that they could have a link is maybe they have somebody out there, maybe friends, family, and relatives. But there are some Nigerians that we don't even have any link. So we're just trying with the best we can to put this out there, because there's a term that I used to say, it's better I die empty than I lay in my dying bed with my comic book characters telling me, why don't you bring it to life? It's really painful. So that's the kind of mentality I have. Just start. Better tool will come up on your way to victory. So that's where I work.
At my end, I think I had a couple. My first artist, he was Nigerian.
Okay.
But I had a couple people who wanted to buy my book in Nigeria, but the shipping cost was so much. So like me and some other creators, we was thinking maybe it's like a print company out there that we could partner with to print our books. Do y'all have those, or y'all have to outsource it as well?
We do. We have printers here. We print our books too. It's just to get them overseas that is the challenge. But we print our books too.
Okay.
Print our books. Yeah.
I see that you've been to a Comic-Con there. So are those new as well?
Well, the comic book industry, the Comic-Con stuff is now about 10 years. I just, last year was the 10th year anniversary of Comic-Con in Lagos. It started by Mr. Ayodele Elegba. He started this comic book. He's actually a comic book nerd too, the founding father of Comic-Con in Nigeria. So I have been, I've been to Comic-Con. I've been to actually 2 Comic-Cons as with my studio, Cosmic Land Studio. So I've been there twice. And yeah, it's just a starting, it's not like, you can't compare it to you guys that have been, God knows how many years you guys have been in the industry. So it's like I said, it's a growing process. It's still an infant industry here in Nigeria. And little by little, in no time, we'll get bigger. So it's just little by little. That's how we move.
So like some of the big Comic-Cons here, like the San Diego, New York, it'd be hard for somebody like me to get onto them. But I can get onto the ones like here locally, like I'm close to Atlanta. So like I can go to Atlanta Comic-Con easily. So with y'all, is it hard to get on the Comic-Con, or how easy is it to actually be like have a table?
Oh, it's not difficult to get a table. But the thing is, the Comic-Con stuff, the Comic-Con get together, the Comic-Con event, I would say over the 10 years, it has just been mostly in Lagos. But some states now are actually hosting their own comic convention across Nigeria now, little by little. So, but Lagos Comic-Con is actually the oldest Comic-Con. So far, so good. And it's actually easy to get a table over here. You just have to have connection to the people organizing the Comic-Con. Once you can get connection to the people organizing the Comic-Con, they'll just tell you what to do, and you take it from there. It's actually easy. So, but the thing is, I would say, like I said, Lagos Comic-Con is actually the oldest, and it's just, and it has been over 10 years. So other states are now starting, their own comic convention. Like, was it a year or 2 years ago that Port Harcourt had their first convention? And this year, Ibadan will be having their own Lagos convention. These are states, different states I've mentioned in Nigeria. So like I said, it is growing. Now, we are influencing other states to host their own comic book convention. So that's what we are doing right now. We're just supporting each other to grow the comic book business here.
That's great. That's real great.
Yeah.
Well, I got some images right here that I want you to speak on. Let's see.
Okay.
All right. The gold bullet. What is that?
Huh, that's my comic book.
Okay.
That's my comic book. Well, this comic book, The Gold Bullet, I am the main character in The Gold Bullet. I made
Wait.
myself the main character.
You're the main character, so you're the
Yeah,
star of the
I made
show, huh?
myself the main character. Yeah, I made
Okay.
myself the main character because I can draw, so I can do whatever I want. That's what I was
Yeah.
like. Yeah,
Yep.
so I was like, I can draw, so I can do whatever I want because I can draw. Now, actually, the Gold Bullet character is actually based on a true life storybook, based on my own true life experience.
Okay.
Now, don't get me wrong, I am not a superhero. I don't jump from building to building to just say I'm a vigilante and so on. I am not a, I'm not a vigilante. Now, the day-to-day life is actually true. The day-to-day life, the challenges he faced as a as a student in middle school is actually true. The challenges you face when you attend school, the peer pressure. It's just I just want to come up with a story that every child can relate to. Growing up as a young child, the peer pressure, the situations you face when you are having exams, the situation you face from your teachers. There are some teachers that don't even like you for some odd reasons. It's just a true life situation. But now the fictional part is actually imaginary. It's just to just spice the comic book, like him having superpowers and taking on bad guys, being a vigilante, being an anti-hero. That's all fictional. It's not real. Those ones are just to spice the comic book and make add to the fun parts of the comic book. But the day-to-day life stories is actually real. So I'm trying to come up with a comic book that every child can relate to. Every child growing up can relate to. So that's what I'm trying to do with the Gold Bullets. So just like Spider-Man, I think Spider-Man is a comic book that almost everybody relates to because we all face the challenges that Spider-Man is actually facing. I don't want to talk about people like Bruce Wayne and Tony Stark. Those guys are rich and they inherited their riches. It's not like every other guys. We weren't born rich. We weren't born with silver spoon in our mouth. We have to struggle to make this silver spoon. So I'm actually trying to come up with something that every child can relate to. That's why I come up with the Gold Bullets.
Okay.
Yeah.
But besides yourself, can you break down these characters on this cover right here? Who are they?
They are all me. They are all me. They are all me. Now, the young guy is actually the main character.
Okay.
The young guy is actually the main character. The older guy with two weapon. I've forgotten the name of that machete stuff. That guy with two machetes is actually the guy himself from the future.
Oh, okay.
He came from the future to come kill himself. The reason is actually the God Bullet is a character that inspires an ability where he was actually hereditary. He inherited it from his forefathers. Now, the only way you can activate these superpowers is through near-death experience. Through near-death experience. I had to make it a painful way to inherit your superpowers because to be honest with you, you just maybe you just don't see it. Maybe an average man don't see it. We actually activate our ideas. We actually bring our ideas to life through near-death experience. The reason is because when you are actually hungry, you have to think of what to do to feed.
Yeah.
You understand?
Yeah.
When you are facing serious life situation, you have to think, okay, how do I make my life easy? So that's how I come up with this comic book character. He actually unlock every single one of his gifts through near-death experience. Maybe is in the fight and is almost beaten to a pulp, beaten to death. His first ability he unlocked is actually healing ability, where the wound closes. Those are parts of the things he actually faced. So yeah, and he actually inherited some of these powers because some of his families back in the old days, they weren't facing situations the way he faced situations. So some of them live a happy life. Some of them live a normal life. So they couldn't unlock their abilities. But some people that live the hardened life, like maybe you are in the military and all that stuff, but you face some near-death experience, some powers will be unlocked, some gifts will be unlocked. Now, the character Harrison Fine, the guy with the turtleneck, is actually a god. That's the god in my universe. Actually, it's actually me from the reality realm. From the reality realm, you can just say that God coming to the Garden of Eden to play with to play with Adam and Eve.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is actually the guy that actually can actually flying on that image. Yeah, those just like God coming to to the Garden of Eden to play with Adam and Eve. Like, hey, what's up, Adam? What's up, Eve? How's everything going? Hope everything is going well. So yeah, that's the way it is. That's the way it is. Yeah.
Okay.
Other than that, I don't want to give so much spoilers. I just
it's all good. I just want you to get everybody a little taste. That's all. But another one, I want to know like this one too. Who are they?
Okay, Meta 6. Well, Meta 6 is actually a comic book character. This is actually my first comic book. My first comic book that was published. And it's a comic book character that me, my younger brother, and my mom got to come up with. Oh. Now, each of the characters belong to some people, some members of my family.
Okay.
Now, the blue guy, which is Morgan, is actually my mom's idea. The lady Spectre is actually my idea, and the other guy, that brother's idea. But I wrote the storybook. I wrote the story. We just came up together, brought up ideas, and we decided to publish it. It's actually a cyberpunk comic book that talks about the future and the danger of technology. Okay. So that's it. Yeah, technology is good. It's amazing. But at the end of the day, it is still dangerous, depending on the users and depending on the purpose given to the technology. So that's what I was saying. Technology is amazing. What the comic book, what is actually going on in Meta 6 is. Yo, sorry, the network just caught me off guard.
It's all good, man.
Yeah. So as I was saying, Meta 6 is actually a comic book that tells you the good and the bad, the danger and what you will gain from technology. Like in the comic book, the government has actually grown more corrupt, that they kidnap civilians, turn them into cyborgs, and sell them. That's what they do in the comic book. They kidnap civilians, turn them into cyborgs, and sell them to military, and sell them to for money. The thing is, they actually convince the citizen that actually they were actually building this thing from DNA. They just clone your DNA, all those things. They actually deceive the people. But it was a lie, actually. They're actually kidnapping people, turning them into cyborg and selling them. That is based on Meta 6. So now those three characters, that's Morgan, Spectre, and Damilola Adeleke, are actually fighting to expose the government with the bad deeds. And every character has their backstory. Every character has what and who is coming to haunt them. Like Morgan is an alien from another planet. His people are actually coming for him because he's on a run. He's on a run from his own planet. I don't want to give him too much spoilers because it's going to be part of the next comic book. Yeah, okay. He's on a run from his own planet. Spectre is actually from a secret organization. She's actually from Earth, and she's from a secret organization called the Chameleons, where the gold bullet is actually from. She's also from Iran. She's also from Iran, from those guys, and she's trying to bring that society down. Now, the cyborg is actually a cyborg, but this cyborg is actually different. You know, other cyborg, they don't have a choice. When they give them order, they're just computer program, and they don't have a choice. They just do what they are told to do what they are programmed to do. But this cyborg that is actually with the protagonist has the right to choose between good and evil. He also still has his human consciousness. Mm-hmm. So that's what makes him different. And that's what makes him stand and to fight against the bad guys. So yeah, that's my idea.
Okay.
I hope this actually makes sense.
It does. I mean, I'm a writer too, man, so it makes sense. I understand, man.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's good, man. So that's into that segment, you know.
Your
hotkeys, you know. Great stuff, you know. People learn a lot about you and some of your works. Getting to the end of the show now, it's called digging into the crates, you know. Okay. Also, being a comic book reader, you know, you don't have physicals over there no more, but you know, over here we got loads of physicals. And you go in there, you go in the crates, and you know, you want to find that one issue you want, you know, that one issue of Justice League, you know, you always wanted. Or in music, it goes same thing. You want that vinyl or that CD, you know, that you love listening to back and back. So for this segment, I'm gonna ask you. I think I got one question for you. So people know, like, if you win a Nobel Prize, something they remember you by, something like that, right? My question for you, well, I'll give you two questions. So first question.
Okay.
If you had an opportunity to work with one of the comic book companies over here, you know, that hired you on to be a writer or artist, either or, what title would you pick to work
on? When it comes to giving opportunities to work with anybody over there, what title would I pick to work on? To be honest with you, I'm not the kind of person that selects title. I just like to roll with the flow. I love bringing my idea, my client ideas to life. So be you anybody, you could just, if you come to me, I would like to work with any comic book character you want. I can't really pick because I enjoy drawing this and I enjoy making this.
What company? Okay, make it easy. What company? DC, Marvel, Image, Dark Horse?
I'm not really big on DC and Marvel, to be honest with you. I would like to go for Image. I would like to go for Image, Dark Horse.
Okay.
And if I'm to know, I would like to go for Image, Dark Horse. I'm not big on DC, Marvel. Yeah, if they give me if they give me their contract, I will take it. No problem. I will take it. I can't reject it. But I'm not big on DC, Marvel thing. I'm big on Dark Horse, Image. Yeah, those are the comic book company I'm big on because they have good stuff. They have real good stuff. Yeah.
Is Boom Studios, is that over there too? You heard of Boom Studios?
I haven't heard of that.
Look up Boom Studios. I really enjoy their titles. They put out good, in the Power, they got Power Rangers, of course. That's a good one.
Oh, they also have I grew up watching Power Rangers. And I grew up watching Power Rangers, but I'm not a fan of that. I'm not a fan of Power Rangers. Power Rangers. I'll have to say my mind here. I'm not a fan of Power Rangers. But things I'm a fan of. I'm a fan of Spawn.
Okay.
I'm a fan of Invisible. I'm a fan of Hellboy. Those are comic books I actually like. I'm especially Spawn. I love that character, Spawn.
Okay.
So if I get the opportunity to jump on Spawn, I'll be really, really, really happy. Okay. I'm a fan of Spawn.
Okay. All right. Next question. Your title Golden Bullet, right? Let's say it got Gold Bullet, my bad. They say it got picked up by, I don't know, Universe Studios, right? To be the next franchise. You know, who would you pick to be your 3 main characters to play them in the movie?
When it comes to picking characters, I can't really say, hey, this guy, that guy. I would just say someone that has the black field and also has the charisma to play the character right is actually who I'll go for. I'm not the kind of person that will say, hey, that guy will be okay, because there are some people that has to tell that story as a young adult, and and your body type also has to go alongside with the character. So I'm not a kind of person to select. I would say just play it right and play it good. They were good. Yeah. Because, yeah, that's what I would say.
Would it be a trilogy, or would it be an ongoing series like the Fast and Furious movies?
No, it's actually an ongoing series.
Okay.
It's a series. It's an ongoing series.
All right. So you keep making movies, huh?
Yeah, it's an ongoing series, because if the comic book is actually it's actually long, and it's actually wild, because some characters it's actually based on teenagers, mostly teenagers struggling with their academics and all that, and every teenager has their backstory. Some came from a divided home, their parents got divorced, all those things, all those effects on young adults, those things. So I'm trying to tell the story that everyone will relate to. So if you can, what I'm saying is, if the actor can play this right and play it good, they are good to go.
Okay.
So we'll find someone. We'll get there.
All right.
We'll find someone.
All right. Well, that's the end of my show. Chill on the green box, man. Enjoyed you being on the show, man. You enlightened me on some things, and hopefully the listeners and viewers, they learned some things as well. If they're interested in any of your works, or just want to follow you, where can they do that?
Well, you can follow me on Instagram, cosmic_land_studios. You can send me a friend request. I'm Harrison Prime on Facebook, and you can follow me on. You can also follow my personal page on Instagram. That's Harrison_Prime, and you can follow me on Twitter, Harrison Prime. You can follow me my studio on Twitter also, Cosmic Land Studios. Yeah, you can follow me there.
All right. Well, thanks again, man, for coming on.
Thank you so much, sir.
Till next time.
Yeah, till next time, sir. Thank you so much, sir.
Yeah, man, I made it, man.
I see you finally made it, man.
Dude ran away.
Roughed up a little bit,
put up one hell of a fight, but hey, I made it to the end, man. I'm sorry, man.
Yeah, we had a good interview with Nigerian, creator, comic book owner Harrison. He did a good job, enlightening us on stuff that happened in Africa and stuff like that in Nigeria and Lagos, It's pretty dope and whatnot, man. Y'all make sure y'all check him out and follow him and whatnot.
Yeah, man, it's all good, Hey, once again, man, chill in the green box with
Specs Thompson
and The View for Legacy the View. And if you want to be on our podcast, man, hit us up. We can get you on there. You can get a spot on our show. Also, you want to promote anything too. We take advertisements, so you get on our show that way too. We'll promote it and whatnot. And if you want to read in the comics I'm on, go to legacyofview.com. Also, we got spin-offs too. So check that out, man. And follow us on social media at chillonthegreenbox.com. And for me, Legacy the View.
You can follow me at SPECKS706.